What is going on? Welcome back. As you can tell, we are on the road again. Always driving, always on the road. I am quite frankly very tired of driving, that is for sure. But first order of business on this Monday afternoon was calling our man, Mr. John Muldoon, figuring out kind of what's going on with the transmission, why it is not shifting into overdrive under wide open throttle. So spent a little bit of time on the phone with him. I did not, a couple reasons, and that's where we're going right now. We're going down to his shop. We are going to drop off the 05 for him to kind of take a look at, duplicate the problem, and have him look at. He doesn't think that he really needs to pull the whole transmission. We'll get into kind of what he thinks it is, but number one, I didn't want to call him on a Sunday, because even though John is my friend, I have his cell phone, I believe everybody deserves to have a weekend, and I just did not want to bother him on a Sunday. So we didn't really drop it off we could have dropped it off on the way back up from North Carolina, but I was not going to call him and bother him and kind of, do it on Sunday. So that's really why I did not drop it off then. Also wanted to see if it's something that we might be able to take care of versus him. But the way he kind of described a couple things to me, he was like, instead of you trying to troubleshoot this and that, why don't you just bring it down? It's not going to take me that long once I know what it is. So we really just kind of swapped the radials off of it, put the street tires back on it, because we're going to be driving it on the street a little bit, and going to drop it back off down to him. Now, he said that he did have a little bit of time that he could squeeze it in this week. Therefore, our Monday plans got changed, and that way we can try and get this down to him and then get it back as soon as possible. That way we can keep using it, get it back on the track as soon as possible. So a little bit of change of plans for what I had planned for today. Also, we need to change the oil in the dually terribly bad. So anyway, that's where the day is starting. I will kind of let John go over what he thinks is going on with the transmission, with the overdrive situation, and that's about it. All right, guys, 2 hours later, we have made the trek. We have made it here to our man Muldoon's Diesel. If you guys have been around for a while, you guys know our man John takes care of all of our transmission needs. So we are gonna get this thing unloaded. Like I said, I took the radials off. The radials are like super soft, so on the street they're gonna get worn down really fast. So get this thing unloaded, go see our man John. Hey guys, what's up?
We just fixed the AC on this truck, and the fittings are leaking. Get your camera up close on that. AC lines.
Oh, AC is pretty important nowadays.
Hot.
It's getting kind of hot out here. Look at this thing.
Recovery on that.
Holy smokes. What are these? 26s!
Hey, what did you do to my jeans?
Whoa, this thing's huge.
Massive.
Is this thing getting a transmission? Oh, John, ladder bar's your favorite. All right, the massive wall of transmission parts. So John has a pretty decent idea of what possibly could be happening with my overdrive, and I figured what better time to explain that possibly, maybe this might help somebody out along the lines here. So John's going to explain a little bit here. Is this the Bible for transmissions?
This is the OG, like oil saturated.
Look at that thing. Look at that thing. You know it's good when a book looks like that.
From the start. Anyway, my guess is that the solenoid in Greg's truck,
so this is overdrive solenoid?
This is your lockup and overdrive solenoid.
Okay.
And since when you go into lockup, it boosts your line pressure, typically 30 to 40 psi from baseline. So if that is higher, my thoughts are that this is getting flooded. And basically the way this works is that it, by default, it vents out of that little orifice. Your line pressure, your oil goes through this, comes out this, and this is an electromagnet. You can see, oh, these are totally, oh, this one's open. An electromagnet's just coil windings. See the wires down in there?
Right.
So when your truck commands overdrive or lockup, it sends ground signal to one of these outside pins, and that stops it from venting. Now, if it's getting flooded and the electromagnet can't overcome the oil pressure behind it,
Okay.
you're going to have the condition that your truck is.
So you're saying
is
basically
flying.
it could be making too much pressure
Yes.
in going into overdrive with it being locked up. That is too much pressure for it to actually function correctly.
Which makes perfect sense why you said when you use your lockup switch, it didn't want to hit overdrive.
Right.
And it doesn't do it if you don't use your lockup
Right.
switch. So there's a couple ways we can fix it. Number one, the first and foremost, try a new solenoid. Number two, confirm what the line pressure
Right,
is,
you're going to take it for a test drive and check line pressure first,
which you didn't do.
which I did not. So this might have all stemmed with when I got this transmission put in. We might have been in a rush. I did the typical number one do not do when you install your own transmission. You have to check line pressure, and typically you said right you want to check it locked up, wide open throttle. Like where I'm having an issue is where you really want to check it because that's when it's going to be the most.
After you have good initial line pressure,
Right.
you see it's making 120 pounds on jack stands, go out, drive it. Don't beat on it get off the get-go. If everything feels good and you see your pressures are going up as you command them to go up, you're good. If you go above 200 PSI, which that very well may,
Right.
you can have issues like that.
Right. So what? Like so, I did follow instructions with the first gen. So when we got the first gen, you guys will remember I have my gauge that's lines long enough to duct tape on my windshield so I can test it by myself. So I didn't do that with the 05. So it might just be making too much pressure, and that's what might be causing our issues. So when I was driving it on the street, if you guys remember that, I was not using lockup. I was just leaving it unlocked. And this is the first time on the track that it's been under wide open throttle with lockup. So anyway, here we are. Our man John is going to take care of us, but
We got you covered.
we might be doing some other things while it's here. We don't know, but anyway, John's going to take care of us. If you guys need transmission stuff, you guys already know where to go. Look at this. John's the man.
We have a lathe now.
John's all pumped over here about his lathe.
I love that thing.
So what do you do on this thing over here besides smile and make metal shavings?
I cut ring gears. We got roller bearings. Here's a set of roller bearings for this machine. You know, the recess for the roller bearing.
All types of good stuff.
Yeah, do that. We cut all of our pressure plates in house now for the trannies. Like if you look here, this is a stock pressure plate, and this is one that's been machined. And when we machine that, you get an additional clutch in the tranny.
So this was all stuff you were doing before. It's just now that you do it all in house, and you
I
can
was
do it.
outsourcing
You can
it.
do it faster, and
And then next to GREGA, our volume has increased, so it was cost effective to
everybody needs to know where to get the good stuff, and this is where you get the good stuff. If you got transmission stuff,
get out.
and then I see you.
Check the line pressure.
This is yeah. And then you fixed your tester so you don't have to get sprayed anymore.
Oh yeah, dude, no more oil baths. Me and Abe are loving that.
If you guys remember like the OG Muldoon's diesel videos, you guys know when he was testing stuff, you know, he used to get a little messy here. So
This is our count of successful valve bodies. It's been this many days in the workplace of successful valve bodies. We got to add another one.
I was gonna say, what if you run out of room though?
There'll be a bad one by the end.
So you're not saying like you
like
just
every
say
1 in
before
30.
you actually have to take it back out, redo it, and then test it again.
Yeah, if it doesn't test right the first
So,
time.
right. So you're saying these are successful first attempts.
Yeah, we have to redo
They all get successful marks before they
Yeah.
leave.
If they're not, they end up in the boneyard over here. Have you seen the boneyard yet, Greg?
No, I don't think so.
This is the boneyard. These are valve bodies that have issues.
Oh, that's quite a bit.
Yeah, it is. And you know what the number one issue is?
I don't.
People not packaging them properly, and then the rooster cone breaks off.
Oh boy.
Yeah,
that's
like
so that's number one failure.
number one, not getting a good core back. I know at least one person watching has probably gotten no core refund because it broke.
So package up your stuff, people.
If it got to you, it should get back to us. Put it in the box it came in.
Ooh, get them.
Right.
Technical service bulletin from John Muldoon. TSB, package up your stuff good.
Yeah.
Package your rooster.
Rooster coon. Got some fleece goodies over there.
I was gonna say, what's going on with this this thing?
Second gen swap.
From our boys at Fleece. Look at that. That was not planned. Those boxes were sitting there. I did not even put them there.
It was unplanned, but I knew your comments, so I made a nice display.
Oh, of course. What does that say? Oh, okay. Okay, I barely can read cursive, so, okay. All right, Nick. I don't know. Some people say about lifts, they might say the opposite, but anyway, who are we to judge?
Yeah, boy.
This is the most important thing that I want to tell the people about.
That old thing over there?
Yeah, where's the engine? Is the engine in here for that?
No.
Yeah, buddy.
I got that from a good friend. His name's Charlie. He's a good guy.
Good old Charlie.
For him. He loves it.
Charlie coming through with the 12 valve swap.
Yeah, she was a little crusty, but we sandblasted it and painted it, and it's gonna go perfect in there.
So what is that thing?
I don't even know.
You don't even know. You just saw it on. You find it on Craigslist.
My friend Ben found it, and we drove up there and bought it.
Look at this thing. This kind of reminds me of. Get the phone. It's okay.
Napa.
Oh, Napa.
Napa Auto Parts.
Look at this thing.
906 Napa. Usually I have to call Napa. Why are they calling me?
Did you pay your bill?
Hello, Muldoon.
Look at this thing.
Oh, sure, yeah. Typically, Napa never calls me. I'm calling you guys.
Oh yes. Oh, I think this is Mikey G's mock-up block. Get the old styrofoam block up in there to make your motor mounts. Engine mounts, I'm sorry, excuse me. Look at that. So it's pretty much... Abe, is this thing ready to pretty much go in?
Sir.
That is pretty cool, man. Guys, what do you think? I think our next project, not that I need a next project by any means, but I would love to do something like this. Something cool. This is cool. Abe, is that your truck in the background again, sitting in the weeds?
Very well.
Abe, why every time I come here is your truck sitting in the weeds? Has it been running since last time?
Yes, actually.
Okay. So you just can't keep you just.
I'm finding all the weak links.
It's that right there. It's your right foot. Your right foot keeps breaking your truck.
Yeah, it's gotta be an electrical fault in the truck.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Bye, John.
Adios.
Take care of my baby.
I will.
Take care of my baby.
I'll give it extra care.
Bye, John. Bye, Abe. Mike's not here. Bye, Mike. I know you watch Mike. Bye, Mike. All right, see ya.
Watching the Phillies.
See you guys. Alrighty, guys. Back home we go. Alrighty guys, it is currently 10 o'clock. We are back home. We're back in the shop. Like I said, we needed to change the oil in this thing badly. So I don't know what the schedule is the rest of the week. It's probably gonna be a little hectic and crazy. So I'm like, you know what, let's just get it done tonight. So fourth gen oil change is fun, everybody says, right? So pretty much draining the oil right now. I already have the oil filter out. Thanks to our Geno's oil filter cap tool. This really was not all that bad. I was actually expecting much worse. So I got the oil filter out. I took it out right through the cutout in the fender liner using that cap. The oil filter just kind of sits down in a little pocket there, and just pulled it out. That's pretty much it. So I'm gonna continue doing this oil change and getting this thing done, and that'll be that. That'll be the work for this evening. And that is it. We are all finished up with our first oil change on the dually. Went back with the Mopar Cummins oil filter, but we look at this. We added some horsepower. That right there, just the new oil cap. I mean, the oil cap cover, if you will, probably just picked up around 50 horse. I'd say conservatively a good 50 horse. But oil change on these 4th gens, I mean, I didn't think was really all that bad. That Geno's cap definitely helped here. If you do not have this thing makes your life a whole heck of a lot easier. But that is gonna do it, guys. One last thing I forgot to mention. Mark said that we were no longer gonna be able to be friends if I kept those up. So seeing that we are not towing anything at the current moment, I want to remain friends with Mark. He also mentioned that he was going to come over and bring over some footballs and start practicing field goals through our uprights if we didn't flip them down. So tow mirrors are down, I guess, for now, seeing that we're not towing anything. Always a great time seeing our man, Mr. Muldoon at Muldoon's Diesel. If you guys need anything transmission-wise, he is your man. Go hit him up, Newcastle, Delaware. That's going to do it. We may have some tricks up our sleeve. We may be doing some more things that we were not planning on to the 05's transmission, but you guys will have to wait and see about that. I'm not sure if it's going to happen or not, but that's going to do it. Hit the like button before you leave. Subscribe if you have not already. I will see you guys tomorrow. See you.